Friday night, George Washington in the 5th walk-off win of the season in the 200th home game here at Hayes Stadium since the facility was built in '07. Coach Hibbs after the game, and boy, another back-and-forth battle, Coach. You really had to get a lead and then kind of had to fight your way through this one. But Tony Montalbano, he's only been back like 2.5 weeks, but he hit 2 doubles a day and then had the walk-off hit there to the wall, and he would have gotten another double if he'd have just ran to second, but he was so excited. There was a dog pile on him there.
Proud of our guys. You know, every game's a tough game in league, and you know, George Washington has a winning record in the league right now, and they've played pretty well, and they've played well on the weekend. So Tony was good. I thought for a second there to pinch hit for him, you know, bring JJ in when they brought the lefty in. I'm glad I didn't. So you know, Tony really good. It's good to have him back. You know, he's been a little bit out of sync. He had that broken hand and had the surgery on it, and you know, missed about 6 or 7, 8 weeks there at the front end of the season. So it's good to have him back, and hopefully he can keep performing at a high level. I thought Barnett threw pretty well. I thought Wesley, you know, Hatley threw well. You know, it's a good win. Just a good effort by our guys. Played really good defense too.
Yeah, I was going to say defense, and really you got some really key at bats when you had to have one. I thought Elwood's triple was very important, and you had a lot of doubles early in the game with some of the crazy defense behind. I think your guys were able to take advantage of some situations.
Well, and Rayleigh did a good job behind the plate, you know, handling Barnett, made a couple really good plays on bunts. Hatley made a really good play on a bunt. You know, we just moved around a lot better today. And when we have energy and when we're focused in mentally, we're a pretty good team most of the time.
As you look forward to the rest of the weekend and some of the pitching matchups, when you take a look at this George Washington team, what did you find out today with a new coaching staff? I know you tend to learn a lot that first game because some of these guys we saw last year on the road play quite a bit differently this year.
Well, you're talking about a head coach that, you know, that played at GW back in the 80s, that had a lot of success in pro ball, that left a AAA job in pro ball to come back to GW. And I don't think, you know, I think that speaks volumes for what GW is trying to do with their program. And you know, and Greg's a great baseball guy. There's a lot of mutual friends that he and I both have, and I knew it was going to be this way. I mean, we all knew it was going to be this way. It'll be the same again tomorrow because they're very well coached. He's surrounded himself with really good assistant coaches as well, and you know, they're just going to keep getting better and better and better, and just have a lot of respect for what Greg's doing. And GW as a whole, it's a great institution. They built a really nice facility, as we saw when we were up there last year, and you know, it'll be tough again because, you know, they've got 3 guys on the weekend that can pitch. You know, they swept UMass. They played 3 really close games with Richmond and could have easily won 2 of those. You know, they've really shored up their pitching on the weekends, and that's made them a very competitive team in this league now.
All right, last question for you, and we haven't talked about this year. You guys were really aggressive on the base paths, and that sort of helped lead to some of the runs you got. Even the last run, Rayleigh really jumps out there on that pitch in the dirt, and that helps lead to the run. Can you talk a little bit about Coach Robinson and how he's been helping manage the base runners when you guys really get guys going? I know he scored a lot of runs here as a player, and he wants you guys to score a lot of runs.
He does a good job. We just want to play aggressive. You know, Rochelle does a good job with our guys too. You know, just trying to get them to be really aggressive. And you know, our strength conditioning guys do a great job. Donnie Smith, we don't talk about him a lot, but you know, Rayleigh beats that ground ball out by half a step, and he's able to go, you know, on a ball that's in the dirt and beat it by half a step, and that's just really positive, and it's something that you know, that we've been addressing from the first day of fall practice, and hopefully it'll continue.
I was going to say, those happened in those workouts in September and October. That didn't happen in April. That happened way back when.
It did, and again in January, and most of our guys did their work over the break, and it's all good, you know, and in a situation like that, you see it pay off. It also paid off with Hatley on fielding that bunt, you know, getting off the mound, and it's all part of what the climate is in college baseball now. We talked about a little bit earlier, the bats have been scaled back, so a step here or there makes a lot of difference. Speed now makes a lot of difference. Agility makes a lot of difference. It's not just the gorilla ball back in the, you know, several years ago where a bunch of guys just hitting home runs. So, you know, Donnie does a great job with our guys, and you know, we hope it continues.
All right, good crowd tonight, and hopefully they'll show up Saturday and Sunday too. Thanks for the visit.
Thanks a lot.
Wes Hatley got the win tonight, and a tough ball game. And when you came in, a tight game, it was tied. You inherited a base runner, and then things sort of went your way there. Can you talk about that first inning of work? I want to get to the 9th in a second, but can you talk about that 8th inning?
Came on and fortunately walked one kid. Had a great defense behind me and rolling. and I felt pretty good tonight. Made a couple pitches and got out of it.
Now, I want to go to the ninth. That ball that was bunted up the first base line, that's a hard play to make, and you got off the mound quickly. Talk about pitchers, what they call PFP, which is pitchers fielding practice. I know you guys do that a lot, but when you're coming in and you're only going to go an inning or two, boy, it takes a lot of alertness to be ready to pounce on that ball. Talk about that play and all the time you guys put into work on those kind of things.
Well, we work a lot with our strength coach and conditioning, Donnie Smith. We do a lot of agilities, a lot of sprints, all that stuff. The play is right on the line. It was a great bunt. Just got to it and just figuring I had to get rid of it as quick as I could. So I just flipped it to Grant. He made a great play on it.
That was the other part I was going to go to. When you mentioned Roland in the defense, I think Grant Dunnigan doesn't get enough credit for how good he is at first base. He really picks up a lot of balls. Can you talk about what kind of extra little boost of confidence it gives you to know those guys behind you are going to make plays?
Oh, it's a great deal of boost. Grant's a phenomenal first baseman. All our defenders, infielders, outfielders, they do a great job behind us. It makes it so much easier to pitch out there. It's easier to pitch to contact than to try to pitch strike everybody out. So it's just a lot easier to play when you got great defense behind you.
I asked Jordan Hudson this question earlier this season. He talked about the bullpen getting wins. He said they call it snaking. And I know John Hamilton, as a former bullpen guy, gets unnerved when guys snake a win from him. But the bullpen has more wins than the starters because the offense seems to take a little while to get going. You got another win tonight. What is that? Do you guys in the bullpen talk about that at all?
Yeah, we pretty much go to Hunter May as a snake. So whenever we need runs, we try to talk Coach on putting Hunter May in so we get that win.
Well, it seemed to be working out for you guys. Congrats tonight, and good luck the rest of the weekend.
Thank you.